Welcome, everybody, to another Kicking Tables. We are delighted to welcome Amber and Brian, the creators of MiniSteel, one of the smallest games I have ever seen. Amber and Brian, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Why don't you give us an idea of what MiniSteel is all about? Give us a overview of what kind of game it is and how it plays through.
Yeah, for sure. MiniSteel is a quick fix strategy card game. It's almost like a small PvP RPG. And it was designed with the idea in mind of having as much strategy as possible fit into a very small box. I have it right here.
That is so small. Wow.
So yeah, that's really all there is to it. You battle each other until there's only one left, and that person is the victor. But it's meant to play fast, and it's easy to learn. It's cake. So yeah, that's MiniSteel in a nutshell.
So what are some of the cards that are in the game that you use? Like, how do you actually battle with these cards?
Yeah, so there are straight up attack cards. Actually, I have a couple right here I can show you. This card, Sword, obviously, has a little icon in the upper left that says the attack value. So that's just a straight up attack card. There are shields where you can block an attack as a reactive measure. Amber has one of those. There's also poison that you can combo with weapons. You can straight poison somebody. You can play that on somebody and give them what's called a poison token, which I can explain later if you like. But there's also potion cards where you can heal yourself.
I feel like Vanna here.
There you go.
Some equipable cards, like here's a spiked glove that gives you kind of a perk, a little bit of added attack bonus. And then there are some special cards in there that are kind of rare. When you get them, you're pretty happy about it. But those are the main types of cards. So
well, your cards have a very unique look in the fact that there's, other than the values, like for damage and whatever, like the numbers, you have no text. It's all symbols. Was that on purpose? You want to make this a very universal, almost like no language required to play. Was that kind of one of the goals of this?
Yeah, it was actually. As I was designing it, I had actually text to start with, but I just thought that it would just look better with just all iconography.
Yeah.
So I went that route, and I think it turned out super nice, super cool.
I love the clean look. The clean look is fantastic.
Thank you.
So I would love to know, like, I've actually bought, I think, a pack of Post-its that's bigger than this. I would love to know, like, what the origin of why did you decide to come up with, number one, this game, and why make it so small? What was your thought process behind that?
Yeah, actually, it all started with my friend, my close friend of mine and Amber's, designed his own board game that's way more complex than this. But one of the components to his game were these small little 2-inch by 2-inch cards. And I don't know what drew me to them, but I really liked them, and I thought, hey, maybe I could make a standalone game out of those, and it could be pretty cool, and maybe fit it all into a small box and make it super portable and easy to take out and play wherever you are. And then I just started jotting down ideas and going from there. And then MiniSteel kind of happened.
So how did you come across the theme of the game then, the PvP in a box?
Actually, that's kind of funny. As I was designing it, we were in the process of watching Game of Thrones for the first time. So yeah, a little bit of inspiration from that. But I just wanted a game where you could just have kind of a battle royale, just battle each other. Nothing too crazy or intense or anything where you're going to be making crazy enemies or anything like that. But yeah, that's really all there was to it. I just thought it would work and just rolled with it.
Well, you guys are still together, and you're playing it, so it definitely doesn't make enemies.
Right. It gets a little rough at times, but that's okay.
Yeah, the nice thing is he's usually the one that loses, so it helps.
I do. Perfect. I lose at my own game really often. It's frustrating.
I want to know, how does the game differ from different player counts, from 2 to 4 players? How does it play differently? I know in the head-to-head, obviously, you're going against each other, but how do you pick your targets and whatnot? Are there alliances?
You can, yeah, there are definitely alliances that form sometimes, which is cool. But you just have to use strategy, use your head when you're playing against 3 other people, and know who to attack and when, and who to steal cards from, and whose turn to skip. Just who to wipe out first and who to go after. And
yeah, I feel like in an all adult game, it's a little more balanced because you're kind of watching each other's health and where everyone's at, and you're going to kind of gang up a little bit based on who has the most health points left. But I'll say, like, when we do family games, that's when it's definitely a lot of ganging up on one person to wipe them out first.
Because this is a last man standing game, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're trying to kill everyone.
Right. Yes.
Now, one of your Kickstarter goals is absolutely fantastic. It's something I've actually never seen before, but it's called the hero level, and it allows the backer to receive a game for themselves as well as have a game sent to an active duty soldier. What was the thought behind this? What brought on this tier?
You want me to take that?
Yeah, if you want to take that one, go for it, for sure.
So it was actually kind of inspired by Busy Dad's Gaming. So he's an active duty soldier in Canada, and
Yay, Canada!
So he does a lot of work with other publishers to kind of get games together for active duty soldiers to send abroad. So we thought that was kind of a cool concept, and given the size of MiniSteel, we figured we kind of fit a unique position there where we can be something that's easily packable and still provide that entertainment value for soldiers. So we thought it'd be a fun thing to kind of have everyone kind of be able to pitch in and give a copy to the soldiers, and then we take care of the shipping for the soldiers anywhere in the world.
And how has the response been for that tier so far?
People have been liking it.
Yeah.
We don't have a ton of hits on it yet, but we got some right off the bat when we sent it out. And it's been good. People have been super supportive, sending us messages that they love it. And it was kind of Amber's idea originally, or I should say completely Amber's idea. And I love the idea, and we want to do what we can to support those people, those soldiers. And I thought it was a fantastic idea.
Yeah, it really is. It is an amazing idea.
So, moving back into the game a little bit, you mentioned, I mentioned that sort of there's epic comebacks and stuff like that. How easy is it to turn the tides if you're like way behind, hanging on to a bit of health? Is it dumb luck, or is there some strategy that can be there to sort of pull out that sort of come from behind victory?
Could be a little bit of both, but there's definitely some strategy you can use.
Okay.
And special cards, like I said, you can, if you know somebody else has a fantastic card in their hand, you can use a swap rope. It's called basically switch hands with that person to grab their special card and use it to your advantage. You can also steal cards using certain utility cards. But yeah, there's some rounds that are really like neck and neck, and some you don't expect to come back from that you end up coming back from, and it feels awesome for sure.
Yeah, I know, just thinking of some games that we've played, there have been times where I thought that I was about to take him out completely, and he had one of those like very rare special cards that, threw my attack back at me and ended up dropping me down to his level of health.
Wow.
Or there's one special one that can let you come back to life after you get taken out. So it's definitely something that it's a little bit of luck, but it's definitely a lot of bit of strategy. So when you have those special cards, you're trying your best to keep those in your hand towards the end of the game, so you can have those comebacks.
How many of those special cards are there, and are they like one of each, or is there only a couple? Like, how's that work?
Yeah, there are dark and light cards in the game. So there are only two different light cards that are super special that you definitely use to your advantage. And then the dark cards, there are two of each. I'm sorry, two total in the deck that actually have kind of negative effects on everyone, including yourself.
Oh.
So they're meant to be kind of, do I want to use this or not right now? It's going to harm me in a way. So you have to use a bit of strategy there as well. But
okay.
So those are the rarest cards, the dark and light cards. And then there are other cards such as the bladed shield, where you can choose to use it as an attack, or if you're being attacked, you can use it as a shield, and then you shake the die to see what the attack or defense value is. There's some other ones as well, but we don't have to go into all of them, I guess.
Well, during your play testing, obviously you've played it a ton of times. It's your games. You're probably hundreds and hundreds of times. Do you have any fun stories that came out of play testing, especially with those special cards? Because isn't there a special card that that just damages everybody, if I remember correctly? And
Yeah, the scythe.
have you ever seen someone take out multiple players with that one card when they still had enough
Yes.
health to survive?
Yep, for sure. And that's super cool. Especially if they have a couple of spiked gloves equipped, that gives them a bonus attack. And if they use the scythe, they can hit the entire table for a huge amount of damage, and steal some of their cards as well at the same time. So, yeah, I've seen it where people have been, multiple people were taken out in one fell swoop. And
That's
it's,
incredible.
it's pretty awesome.
What are some of your favorite stories from playtesting?
Well, when we first started, just kind of working with my friends and my coworkers, we'd play on lunch breaks a lot, and I remember just kind of hearing some of their ideas, and some of them were awesome, and we actually worked some into the game for sure. And then just talking about other ideas which weren't so great, but I still had to act like I kind of liked them.
And now they're gonna all watch this interview.
Yeah, they're gonna watch this and they're gonna hate me, but that's okay.
It's not their game.
But yeah, just play testing it with them and with everybody. Play testing it with my family, my brother and his wife and their kids. And teaching people has been super fun. And every once in a while, I'll win a match, which is pretty fun too. Which doesn't happen often again, but yeah, just kind of getting all souped up to attack somebody is a lot of fun, and yeah, it's a fast moving game that's a lot of fun to play.
How about you, Amber? Do you have any fun stories that happened?
I think like my favorite piece is just like Brian's brother's family has their own copy, and it's become like a family favorite and their go-to, which is awesome that like the kids in the family want to play it that much. And it's always fun to hear how frustrated the parents can get too, when the kids are always trying to gang up on dad or things like that. It's just one of those fun things that you can have some good family stories from.
Awesome.
That's awesome. So you guys this is your second go at Kickstarter for this. You guys were on Kickstarter with this back in July. You guys didn't quite hit the goal that you were looking for at that point. What have you learned from that first run on Kickstarter versus this campaign?
Plenty. Our first go around, we made every possible rookie mistake in the book, and we learned a ton from it. We came back strong. Just doing things the right way this time. If you want to go into details on that at all, feel free. But
yeah, I think the biggest thing is we've been trying to build up social media presence. We've been working a lot with folks like yourselves that can kind of help broaden our exposure and our audience, and just trying to make sure that everything is set in levels that everyone wants to. That was one of the things that we had gotten feedback on was additional ways to help increase pledges and things along those lines, because people wanted to back the game and they wanted to help support, but we didn't have as many options as they may have wanted and things along those lines. So I think it was just doing a lot of work of helping to promote it, and then seeing what we could do to create additional content both for the Kickstarter page as well as for social media.
So has the game remained relatively unchanged since the first campaign?
Yes, we have some additional ideas that we might work in for stretch goals. For the most part, though, it's the same as it was.
Do you want to tease any of those stretch goals you're thinking of, or do you want to leave them a secret?
Might be some new black or dark and light cards in there, as well as a new equip board too. So
nice.
That's all I'll say on that.
That's fair.
Yeah. One of the things that we're really hoping to do with the stretch goals, hopefully we get to that point, is to kind of include our backers a little bit in helping drive some of the decisions on, what some of the cards may be titled, or some of the giving some voting options for, what they might do and things along those lines.
Excellent. Now, what about post Kickstarter? What are your plans there? And what if someone comes across your game after the campaign's done? Where will they be able to get your game?
That's a good question. We could probably going to have it on Gremore Games website,
Okay.
GremoreGames.com.
And,
Go for it.
sorry, working with a lot of different game stores. They have a handful that have pledged already on Kickstarter that are going to be bringing it in. So yeah, definitely post Kickstarter, ask your friendly local game store for the game, and you can get some more out to more stores. But yeah, just a lot of things like that. We're looking at some potential distribution options as well. But that's kind of the main thing. And then from there, going into some future Gremore game ideas.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
The game sounds amazing. Sounds like so much fun. It's the perfect game to take even to a game convention. Just throw it in your backpack. When you're sitting there waiting for whatever, just bring it out and play it. It's amazing. It's so. Can you show the box again one more time?
Oh, for sure.
It's so small. Look at that. It's just you wouldn't even know it's in your bag. So the Kickstarter is on right now, and it runs until November 5th. So everybody get out there, back MiniSteel. It is reasonably priced. It is really, really good, and we love what we're seeing of it. Amber and Brian, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck with the rest of your campaign.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Okay. Well, thank you all for watching. Be sure to check out MiniSteel on Kickstarter. It's live now.
And be sure to subscribe to OMG Nexus at the link below.